Then along the line, I was like, no, if these children are benefiting, it means others will also benefit. So why don't I take a certification program so that I can actually become a real professional, and then I will just go beyond these children that I know and extend it out there.
Okay. Everybody, you're welcome to Just for Women Africa. My name is Olalekan Amusa, the founder of Just for Women Africa, and today on the show we're going to be discussing etiquette. On the show today we have the CEO of an etiquette organization, name of
Manes on Point School of Etiquette.
Yes, and she's going to be talking to us about etiquette and women, things they're supposed to know, things they're supposed to do and not do. But before we start the show, do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, tell a friend who knows a friend about Just for Women Africa. And of course, before we start the show, we're going to give a shout out to Healthwise Medical Center. They were on the show. They would have a very good facility in Tema. If you're in the Tema area and beyond, and you need a health facility to go to Healthwise. They'll sort you out. Okay, welcome to the show, Abenaa.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right. Before we start the show, can you tell people about yourself?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm Abenaa Antwiwaa Adusei. I'm the founder of Manes on Point School of Etiquette. I'm also a certified etiquette consultant.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So before you started the etiquette consultancy, what were you doing?
I practiced as a nurse. I was actually a senior nursing officer, but at a point I decided to take a break to pursue other interests. I went back to school to study occupational health and safety, and after school I started a small business, or a small consulting business in health and safety, teaching health and safety consult. I still do it on the side though, but now Manes on Point School of Etiquette has taken the center stage.
Okay. So how long have you been doing to run your own company, Manes on Point?
It's been almost 18 months.
18 months?
Yes.
So what happened to the nursing? Didn't like nursing anymore?
You know what the saying goes, once a nurse, always a nurse. I love nursing. Though I'm not practicing as a licensed nurse at the hospital, I'm doing so at home, giving free services to my friends and family.
So do you ever think you'll ever go back to nursing again?
They say you should never say never, right? But I don't think so. Now it's all about etiquette.
Okay, all right. So can you tell us, how did you get into the etiquette industry? Is it something you have wanted to do since you were young, or you just chanced upon it? How did you get into it?
Well, I should say that I've always loved etiquette, just that I didn't know that it's called etiquette at the time. I've always lived etiquette life or etiquetteful life.
Okay.
My other name, or my unofficial name, is Era. Era simply means lady. And right from a very early age, my mom exposed my sister and I to what really makes someone a lady. Okay. So the way we conduct ourselves and all that. And I want to believe that that is where the love of etiquette, politeness, and all those things started from. And so, I think about two years ago, just before COVID struck, sometimes after our Christian meetings, I'll organize the children, young girls, teach them what makes them real ladies, how they should walk, how they should conduct themselves and all that. And one particular parent, a father actually, he felt that it was working. He called me one day and was like, Abenaa, what happened? Our children need you. You know what? I remember when you used to teach the girls how to behave well, and sometimes I come back from work and the way my girl will come and meet me, take my bag and all that, then after school the way she will hang a uniform and not cause mess as opposed to what her brothers were doing. I think you had a great influence on them. So yes, there's COVID around, but do something for them online. And I said, okay. And whilst I was thinking about it, he also sent me, he shared a post, a WhatsApp post, where a mother was talking about a time she took her son out, and the son was of age. So certain things that she expected the son to do for her, let's say open the door for her, saying certain things to her to make her feel good and all that. she felt that the son was missing it, and she was like, it looks like society keeps on putting more emphasis on social graces for girls and all that. What about boys?
Okay.
When I read that post, the man added a message simply like I should look at something for the boys as well.
Okay.
And I said, okay. So I told myself that, look, I just don't want to be teaching for teaching's sake. Let me put something down. So I started writing something like a book.
Okay.
So that I can follow it systematically to make sure that I was really having an impact. And at the time, it was going to be absolutely free. It was my passion, you see. Then along the line, I was like, no, if these children are benefiting, it means others will also benefit. So why don't I take a certification program so that I can actually become a real professional, and then I will just go beyond these children that I know and extend it out there. Okay. And even though I started having children in mind, it was like, even with my other colleagues, fellow adults, sometimes you go and they'll be like, hey, look at the way you are walking. Hey, for you and your name, you really live according to your name. And sometimes you share some one or two things with your fellow adults, that would make them more graceful. So I said, no, I'm going to include adults as well. Okay. And so that is how the whole thing started. I took a certification program, and then right after school, I launched Manners on Point. And it's been almost 18 months, yes.
18 months?
Yes.
She said what, 2020?
2020, October 2020.
October 2020.
Oh, almost 18 months, because March is actually about ending.
All right. So how did you come up with the name Manners on Point?
This is an interesting question. So after school, we were tasked to actually come up with a name for our own etiquette business. And so all sort of names were coming up. I actually had a name, Prestige School of Etiquette. I just loved it. I was like, this name sounds so good. It was actually Prestige School of Etiquette and Protocols. Okay. But I was like, wait a minute. Go to Google and check just to make sure that no other school or no other etiquette business bears a similar or same name. So I went to Google it, and I realized that there were quite a couple of schools around the world with prestige something in it. So prestige this, prestige that. And I wanted to be unique. I wanted to stand out. So we started putting our heads together, my brother, my husband. We come up with a name. Somebody would say, no, this is not good. This does not sound so right. Then eventually, like, what about Manners on Point? We said, good, that is it. Okay. And so that gave birth to the name Manners on Point. Yes.
So it's originated from family, basically.
Exactly. Families came together to put our ideas together, and then we had a name.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, so you've been doing this for the past 18 months. What has been some of your challenges?
Okay, thank you for the question. It has to do with getting people to actually understand that this is really a business. You see, etiquette has to do with social graces, polite behavior, and growing up, people will teach you have to say please, thank you, do this, do that. But then to let people know that etiquette goes beyond the magic words, and that it's also a business. Some feel that you should teach and teach for free.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, so that is one challenge. They don't understand why they should pay for etiquette services, especially those who don't really understand it. Let me put it that way, those who don't really understand it. So that is one. And it also has to do with getting the average person to understand what etiquette is. In fact, to start with, the name alone, etiquette is a mouthful word. So you don't know, is it etiquette, is it etiquette? What's the name of that? What is it again? You see, so getting people to really understand what etiquette is, and then the need for them to invest in their own selves, or in their young ones, or in their workers, to take a course to have some development or improvement in their social lives. It's also a little bit of a challenge. And then also, many people will see it all right, they will love it, but then also picking the money from their pocket. Yeah, they know they have to pay for their services, but picking the money from their pocket to pay some people do complain about economic situations and all that. So that is also a little bit of a challenge. But basically, these are just that. Other than that, I would say that people are gradually catching up with it. People are gradually getting to understand it. If I should look back 18 months ago or 17 months ago and now, I can see that there's been a huge improvement. People are really catching this whole concept of etiquette.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so do you think women basically have an issue with etiquette? And do you think a lot of women practice it?
That's an interesting question. So many women, let me digress just a little bit. I'm not going to give you a yes and no answer.
Okay.
So many women actually need it.
Okay.
Some do think that they know it, but actually they do not.
Okay.
And for some, yes, they do have an idea, but they need a brush up.
Okay.
They need a brush up. Sometimes life takes its toll on them, the stress is here and there, so you do forget about certain basic things that you should be paying attention to, which will make you stand out as a lady. And so, yes, some women need a brush up. Others are doing well. Many more need a brush up. Others need the training right from the beginning, because now society is changing. We are being exposed to new things every day. People travel in and out of the country, different parts, and wherever you go, there's something that you are supposed to do to make you fit in a positive way. And so that's where etiquette comes in. So yes, women need something to make them stand out. The social graces that will actually make them elegant or refined.
Okay. I love the way you said you won't give a yes or no answer to the question. You don't get it. Okay. So what are the various types of etiquette we have?
Okay. So we do have the business etiquette. We have the social ones.
Okay.
I'm talking about the social ones. We have one, so the lady etiquette, gentle manly manners, etiquette for children, teenagers. We also have public transport etiquette, dining and table etiquette. We basically have etiquette for almost everything, but these ones actually stand out.
Okay. Can you give us a few examples of the transport etiquette and women etiquette, things they should know?
So for the transport or for the women or the ladies?
Both. Yeah, for the ladies too.
Okay, so for the ladies,
and I remember when we were talking off camera too, you mentioned there was it wedding etiquette?
Oh yes, there's also wedding etiquette. I nearly forgot that. There's also wedding etiquette.
So, can you tell us a few, a little bit of example of each and each?
Okay, so for wedding etiquette, it's actually for the couple and the bridal party that really seeks to have a wedding that is on point.
Okay.
It's not just about how fabulous it is, how big it is. It's also about certain acts that the bride and the groom and also the bridal party will really have to pay attention to. So for example, it's really sweet to see the couple walk down the aisle, but in walking down the aisle, how do they go about it? Is it just about holding hands?
Okay.
No, it makes a lot of difference when the gentleman actually holds his bride,
okay,
in a way that etiquette says he should do it. And what does etiquette say? Etiquette suggests that the gentleman proves to the lady that he's got her back. He's there to protect her. And so instead of the usual holding of hands, or where the woman loosely tucks their hands around the man, etiquette said that the man should actually make a fist with his left hand to his chest. And we know what is happening here. That is where his heart is. Okay? And now his free hand, the right hand, many people are right-handed, is there just to protect the lady. Should there be any danger, his stronger arm is there.
Okay.
And then the lady walking alongside her man, her husband, will tuck in, hook onto her man. So she will bring her hand in here, and then up they take their beautiful step down the aisle. So that is what etiquette. We don't want them to be just holding hands. That is a little bit loose. You have to go the extra mile to make it more beautiful, more elegant.
Okay.
So that is just one.
For transport?
And then for public transport, we say that please, when you're in the car, you're making a phone call, know that the word is public. So it's not just you alone in the car. So please, if it's not really necessary, you don't make a call or you don't answer a call. But when it becomes necessary for you to answer a call, don't shout. don't speak on top of your voice. We do hear it a lot, and sometimes basically everything that the person is saying on the phone is out there. People are not really interested in your conversation. It's supposed to be a private one. So that is public transport etiquette. One tip there.
One tip there.
Yes.
Okay. Just one more before going to.
Okay, the lady etiquette?
Yes.
Okay, so for lady etiquette, that's my favorite. It actually talks about what will make you, the lady, different from any other woman. It has to do, one very important one has to do with how you conduct yourself, especially when you are sitting. You just don't want to sit. You want to sit with grace, elegantly. So it all starts with closing your legs whenever you sit. We do see some women sit and their legs are widely open. You see their inner thighs, sometimes the underwear and all that. It is not nice. These are actually inelegant. So you sit down, you close your legs, and there are so many different sitting styles. But at least just make sure that your legs are closed.
That's quite interesting, all the examples which you gave. All right. Okay, guys, you're still watching Just for Women Africa, and today on the show we have Abenaa Adusei with us from Abenaa Antwiwaa, talking about etiquette and women. And of course, before we go on the show, I'll give out another shout out to Silver Refined Foods. If you have an occasion, a party, a wedding, anything you want to do, they cater for your needs. You just have to contact them on Instagram. I think on Silver Refined Foods, you're able to find them. I'll put that details below in the comments, and they'll serve you really well. Just mention Just for Women Africa. Okay, Abenaa. All right, so you've been doing this for the last 18 months.
Almost 18 months.
Almost 18 months. How are you able to balance it? I mean, your work, family, your husband, your me time. How are you able to balance it as a woman to make sure that nothing is really affected and you're able to get results? It's
all about planning. So the major thing is planning your activities. For example, I'm quite active on social media because of Madness on Point. So there are some specific times that I need to make my post, and usually that will have to be early in the morning. That should also be the time that probably we need to get our children ready for school. So I plan, but the strongest of it all has to do with support from family. My family is very, very supportive. My husband is amazing when it comes to the support. I'm sure had it not been the kind of fund that I have, it would have been quite a challenge for me to run the business alongside all these other duties. But they are quite supportive, and then our children are not that young. The last one is 10 years, so they don't really need much attention when it comes to preparation for school as compared to years ago when they needed it so much. But basically, good planning and then also family support keep me going.
Keeps you going. Okay, so that's your secret.
Yes, that's my secret.
All right. So can you tell us what kind of people does your organization cater for? Do you do schools, organization, hotels? What are basically your type of clientele?
These are children, pre-teens, teens, parents. Because if children and preteens and teens are coming, obviously the parents are the ones who are going to do the paying.
Of course.
So these are my clients, the parents, yes, and then also schools. Just last month we had a conference for a school in Takrade. The school actually organized it, but we had other students joining from other places, International Community Montessori, hello to them. And then we also do have organizations, corporate organizations. So we also do training for them. When we started Madness on Point, we actually started with corporate training for Adansi Travels. It's a leading travel and tours company in Ghana. So yes, we did a training for them. We are looking forward to signing up more corporate organizations. We are in talk with a number of them. We're trying to see how things will end, and then also schools. And then individuals, adults. So for adults, for us, those who are 18 years and above, both males and then females. Last year we did an interesting session for adults. We call it the refined adults. So it's fantastic for both ladies and gentlemen. So for us it's basically everyone. Because Daniel, guess what? Everyone needs etiquette.
That's true.
Yeah, everyone needs polite life. Everyone needs social graces. Everyone needs a brush up on their manners. So for us it's everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
That's quite interesting. Okay. We're about to round up, and I'll just ask you one or two more questions. Women see like it's difficult climbing up the ladder. They feel it's a man's world. Men take advantage of them. It's just a struggle. What advice, but you'll be able to make it, what advice will you be able to really give out to African women out there?
Okay, so I'll simply tell my fellow women in Africa that you should be focused. You should know what you want and go for it. Yes, it's not going to be easy. You're going to be sidetracked by all sort of things, but be focused. And for those who are interested in getting married, it really makes a lot of difference the kind of man that you marry. So know what you want, okay? Don't settle for less. If you think the gentleman that you're looking at is not going to help you, is not going to help you to move forward, the person is going to sidetrack you, then that person is not for you. Look for someone who will actually support you. And then, yes, sometimes some men will want to take advantage of you, but say no, be firm, and keep on developing yourself, and surely you will get there.
Okay, that's quite interesting. All right, so you heard it from Abenaa herself. Focus on yourself, and you surely get there.
Yeah, you sure will get there.
All right. So Abenaa, to people out there who are watching and would love to get in touch with you, can you give out your contact details?
Sure. You can reach me at some point, either on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We are not so active on Twitter, but we are getting there. Simply at Manners on Point SOE. SOE stands for School of Etiquette. So at Manners on Point SOE. And then if you also want to get in touch with us on WhatsApp or through the phone call, it's easy. 0500. So the sevens are 577777, and the last digit is 5. So it's 0500 777775. Yes, and we're also working on our website. It should be live very soon. That should be mannersonpoint.com. mannersonpoint.com.
All right, Abenaa, it's really nice. Okay, guys, you're watching Just for Women Africa. We had Abenaa Adusei from Manners on Point with us, talking about etiquette of women. And she's given out her contact details. I'm sure you can see below if you'd like to reach her. You reach on the numbers below and on her Instagram handle. Okay, Abenaa, it's been nice having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, Daniel.
Okay, everybody, to the next show it is.
Bye.